Okay, now I'm going to discuss about some more programs here. These are the syntax of malloc, cloc, and realloc and free. I think everyone remember all these things. My question is, for example, there are some 7 elements are there. That 7 elements I'm going to write like this. Write like this. These are the 7 elements here. I want the output as like this. What is that? How many elements are there really? How many elements are there really? There are only 4 elements, right? There are only 4 elements, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. All the remaining elements are repeated again. Okay, I want the original elements in an array. I want original elements in an array. That is my question here. Okay, is the question is clear everyone? For example, this is the size of the array and these are the elements. I am going to find what are the original elements. What are the original elements that is not repeated? For example, 1 is repeated 2 times, but I want only 1 time. Like that, how many elements are there here? In this array, how many original elements are there? There are only 4 elements. What are they? 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. For example, here it is 4 and the output is going to be 4 and 3. Okay. Why? Because 4 is comes first, right? 4 is comes first and the 3 is comes next. For that I am going to read the size. Reading the size here, for example, this is going to be 7. I am going to allocate the memory here. I am going to allocate the memory and then I am going to read the values. For I is equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus. Scanf, everything is same, similar to the array, right? ARR of I, that's it. I am going to read the all the values. This is the allocation of the memory with malloc or cloc, whatever you want. There is no problem. Okay, then now I am going to call the function org elements, original elements of ARR comma size, and the return values are going to be stored in res. The return values are stored in res. That means I am going to take here res also. Now I am going to write here for I is equal to 0, I less than size, I plus plus. I am going to pass, this one is also an address. Print %d space here result of I. Why I am passing size is also an address. Why? Because the total result, for example, here how many values? There are 7 values are there, but here only 4 values are there. Only 4 values are there. That means the size is going to be changed, right? That's why the result is based on the size. That's why I'm going to change the size value in the function definition also. Based on that count, I'm going to change the size also. Okay, this is the main function, everyone. Is it clear, everyone? How I'm writing the main function? I am going to read the size of the array and I am going to allocate the memory locations based on the size, and I am going to read the array values and I am going to call the function, and I am going to print the result. And why I am passing size as address? Why? Because the result is going to be placed on the size. The size is going to be vary from original elements to this one. That's why I am going to change here. Okay. Then moving into function definition. Here I am passing result. Result is multiple values, right? What type of multiple values? Integer multiple values. What is the function name? org underscore elements. org underscore elements. How many values I am passing? I am passing 2 values. First one is array and the second one is size. That's it. That is the function definition. Now I am going to write the logic on that. For iteration, I am going to take some I here. And the result I am going to take some star res. I am going to allocate the memory. I am going to allocate the memory like this. Res is equal to, I am going to write like this. I am going to allocate the memory of result variable. And I am going to take one more variable that is going to be count some original elements count. Element count is equal to 0. Okay, I am going to take element count is equal to 0. What is my algorithm? First of all, I am going to insert this value. For example, this is the result value. For example, this is the result value. Just observe everyone. This is I. Okay. What is the index values? This is 0. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. Okay. I is now at 0th position. For example, this is the result. For example, this is result. Have you done? This is the result one. Now the index are like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are the array values, array index positions. And here is J. Look at everyone what I am writing. Now I am going to compare the I value here. Is this I value is in this array values? No, not at all, right? If it is not in the list, I am going to insert this one. I am going to insert the one here. Then 2. 2 is in the list? No, not at all, right? Then I am going to insert 2 also. Is the 4 in the list? No. Then 4 I am going to insert here. Then next 2. Is the 2 in the list? Yes, I am not inserting the 2. Then 3. Is 3 in the list? No, not at all. Then I am going to insert 3. Then next 4. Is 4 in the list? Yes, I am not inserting that one. Then 1. Is 1 in the list? Yes, 1 in the list. That's why I am not inserting the 1. The result is going to be 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, is it clear everyone? What is my logic here? This is my logic. In this way, I am going to compare. I am going to compare every time the res value, the array value, AR of I value is it in result value, result array or not, result array or not. If it is array in the res, just ignore it. Just ignore it. If it is not in the list, not in the result, then insert it. This is my algorithm. Is my algorithm is clear? First of all, I am going to check every element of AR of I is in the array, is in the result array or not. If it is in the result array, just ignore it. I am not considering anything. If it is not in the list, then I am going to insert in the result. Okay, this is my algorithm here. I think everyone is clear. I think what I am doing here, I am going to convert all the steps into program here. I less than star size I plus plus. For example, ARR of I means every value of that array, the input array, right? I am going to print ARR of I. That means it is going to be print all the values of ARR. Now I am going to compare. I am going to compare one more variable. I am going to take here, that is j is equal to 0 j is equal to 0. Up to where I have to do? I have to count up to the element count. Up to the element count I am going to check every time. Here j is less than EC, j plus plus. I am going to compare every time. I am going to start at 0th position. I am going to comparison how many elements are there here. Here only the 4 elements. This is called EC count. EC element count. Element count is equal to 4. That's why I am going to comparison every time up to element count. Okay. What I am going to comparison now, if ARR of I is equal to ARR of I is equal to result of I, result of j. Sorry. If the ARR of I element is in this one, then I am ignore it. I am going to break it. I am going to break the inner loop only. I am going to break the inner loop only. I will explain with an example. Just listen everyone. Okay. I will explain with an example. If both are true, then I am going to break it. Okay. I am going to take one more variable, that is flag. Flag is equal to 1 here. Instantly I am going to take some flag is equal to 0 here and one more flag. Every time for every element I am going to take a flag element is 0, and if the element is okay, then I am going to write the flag count is flag is equal to 1. If the flag is 0, that means the element is not in the result list, right? Then I am going to write result of EC plus plus is equal to ARR of I. That's it, nothing else. For example, I am going to show the result here, return res, and I am going to modify one more value, that is star size is equal to EC. I am going to execute it. Just what is the, just a minute, some errors are there. What is that error? Passing an argument CLOC. Okay, this is not size, this is star size. There is no errors now. I'm going to copy this input. It's going to be 7, and these are the array elements. Then the output is 1 2 4 3. 1 2 4 3 is the output. Is it working or not? Yes, it is working now. I will explain with the example how it is going to be work here. Okay. What are the array values here? What are the array values? These are the array values, and the size is going to be 7. Okay, just listen carefully everyone what I am doing here. Why I am writing star size instead of size here? Why I am writing size? Why I am writing star size instead of size? Anyone? Students?
We are passing values, sir.
Here I am passing that star size is a value, size is an address. Okay? That's why I am modifying this one as a star size. Okay, is it clear everyone? Here I am writing that size comma. Here the size is value, here size is the address, and star size is the value. Okay, star size. That's why here also I am writing I less than star size. Here also I am taking that star size is equal to EC. Okay, that's why I modify here as a star size. Star size means, for example, this is going to be 7. If I write size, this is the address of the variable. Okay, that's why it is going to be giving some error here. Okay, now I am going to allocate some 7 values, seven memory locations of the result. 7 memory locations of the result. And now right, what is the first value? What is the first value? The first value is going to be, I'm going to write, this is the array list, and the first value is 1. What is the error of 0? Error of 0 is 1. Okay, now it is moving inside the loop. Now it is moving inside the loop. Just listen carefully, everyone. The flag is going to be taken as 0. Why I am taking flag value here? Why I am taking flag value? I am going to check this one is in the result array or not. If it is not in the result array, it is going to be f is equal to 0 only. If the 1 is already in the list, then f becomes 1. F becomes 1 here. Just again I am going to work here. For the first time, what is EC value? EC becomes 0. J becomes 0. J is also 0 and EC also 0. Then 0 is less than 0. 0 is less than 0. Is it true? Is it true? Students?
No, sir.
No, that's why this is not executed for the first time. This is not executed for the first time. What is F value? F only 0, right? F is only 0. Then it is going to be inserted into here. How it is going to be result?
Sir, once again explain, sir, why we are taking flag value there.
Okay. Just wait. Then res of 0 is equal to, what is EC value? EC value is initially 0. That's why res of 0 is equal to AR of I. That means 1. Then EC plus plus. Okay. Then EC plus. Then EC becomes 1. Okay. Then EC becomes 1. Just wait. I will explain the flag element again with some other iterations. You will understand very clearly. I will explain all the values. Okay. Then you will understand. Then this is the end of the loop, right? Then again it is going back here. Then the next value is 2. Then the next value is 2 here. Now coming again, flag is 0. Flag is 0 means, first of all, I am taking that the element is not in the list. I am taking that f is equal to 0 means the element not in the res value. If it is in the res, I am going to change that one as 1. Okay, I am going to change the value as 1 here. Again I will explain. Now coming to here, j is equal to 0 again. Then 0 is less than, what is EC value now? What is EC value?
1.
1. It is modified, yes, right? That's why 0 is less than 1. Is it true or not?
True.
Yes, it is true. Now then it is going to be compare. What is AR of I? AR of I is 2. Okay. The result of 0. What is
1.
the result of 0? 1 here. I am going to check, is 2 is equal to 1?
No.
No, not at all, right? Then these lines are not executed. And again it is going to be like this, and j is going to be incremented as 1, and 1 is less than 1. Is it true or not? No, it is false, right? 1 is less than 1.
Yes, sir.
It is false. Then it is coming out of this one. Is the flag, what is f value now? F is not changed here, right? The f
Yes,
is
sir.
remains only 0. That means f is 0 means the 2 is not in the result list. Then I am going to add here result of EC is equal to 1 is equal to 2, and EC becomes plus plus, then EC is equal to 2 here. Okay, is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then again moving into the next one, the next value is 4 here. What is that? Next value becomes 4 here. Next value is 4. Now what is f value? F value becomes 0 again. And what is j value? J value is 0. Then 0 is less than, what is EC value? EC value is 2. Okay, EC value is to 0 is less than 2. Yes, it is true, no doubt about that. Now it is going to be check, is 4 is equal to what is RES of 0? J value is 0, right? Then it is going to be 1. Is 4 is equal to 1?
False.
No, no. Then j plus plus. Then j becomes 1. 1 is less than 1 is less than 1. 1 is less than 2. Sorry, 1 is less than 2. This is also true. Then what is RES of j? That is going to be 2. I am going to check, is 4 is equal to 2? No, that is also false, right? That is also false. Then j becomes hello? Hello?
It is audible now, sir.
Okay. Some internet problem is there. Okay. Now it is clear. Okay, now it is going to be 2 less than 2. It is going to be false, right? It is going to be false. No doubt about that. Then it is coming out from this. The f value is not changed here also. Here also the f value is not changed. Then f becomes 0 here. Then again, then RES of 2 is equal to, then RES of 2 is equal to 4. Then EC becomes 3 here. Now the real story is coming. Okay. Now what is the next value? The next value is 2. The next value is 2 here. What is f value? F value is 0. F value is 0 here. F value is 0. Then coming into j, j is equal to 0. 0 is less than 3. Is it true or not? Yes, it is true. Then coming here, yes, any doubts? Now I am
No,
going,
sir.
no, okay, now I am going to compare what is R of I. R of I is 2. Then what is RES of 0? That is going to be 1. I am going to compare is 2 is equal to 1. It is false, right? It is false. Then again j is incremented. J becomes 1 here. 1 is less than 3. Is it true or not? Yes. Then what is RES of 1? That is going to be 2 here. Is 2 is equal to 2? Yes.
Yes, sir.
That means 2 is already in the result. Then I am going to convert f is equal to 1 and I am going to break it. There is no need to check the remaining values in the result. Okay. What is f value now?
1.
F becomes 1 here. That's why I am not inserting the 2 again in the result. Is it understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, then 2 is not inserted. If you observe, 2 is not inserted again. Then again, that means this is not executed here. Then again it is going to be going for with 3. Okay. F becomes 1, right? Then I am going to modify the f becomes again 0. For the new fresh value, I am going to take that f becomes a 0. That's why I am not taking inside I am taking inside the for loop here. F is equal to 0, not outside the for loop. Not here. Not here I am not taking. For every value, I am going to reset it. That's why I am taking f is equal to 0 as a fresh one for the 3 value. Okay. Again we are going to comparison with 1 is equal to 3 and 2 is equal to 3 and 4 is equal to 3. that all the three times it is going to be false, right? All the three times it is going to be false. That's why it is going to be f is equal to 0. Then it is going to be inserted here result of 3 is equal to 3, and the EC becomes a 4 here. EC becomes 4. Then the new value is, then the next value is 4, right? Then again f value becomes 0. Then it is going to be check, is 1 is equal to, is 1 is equal to 4? No. Is 2 is equal to 4? No. Is 4 is equal to 4? Yes. The 4 is already in the result, right? That's why I'm going to modify the f value becomes 1 and break here. And I'm going to print a break. Then f becomes 0. F becomes 1. That's why the 4 is not inserted again. Is it clear, everyone? This is the algorithm, what I am doing here. Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And the lastly, I am going to write what is EC value. EC is 4 only, right? EC is 4 only. That's why I am writing here star size is equal to EC. Star size is equal to EC. Then size value becomes modified with how many original values are in the list. That is going to be 4. I am going to modify here as 4. Then I am going to return the result. Okay? Is it clear, everyone? Then note down the main functionality.
Over, sir.
All right. Then this is the function definition. Note down up to here. is done. Just note down this.
Over, sir.
Right. This is the program, and one more. Next question is, for example, here also input is like this. How many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. The input is 8, for example, and the elements are like this, and the elements are like this. And I'm going to find how many values are only for one time. I'm going to find how many values are only for one time in the list. How many values are there?
2, sir.
Only two values. What are they?
2 and 5.
5 is the output. 2 and 5 is the output. This is my question here. I'm going to find how many values are at only one time in the list. Okay, that is my question here. I am going to read the size of the list, and I am going to allocate the memory, and I am going to read the values. I am going to unique elements of like this, and the question is very same, right? The main function is nothing different, the same functionality. Just I am changing that the name. That's it. The name of the function definition. Unique elements, array, size, and the result, and everything is same. Okay. Now int star elements of int star arr comma int star size. Everything is same, right? Everything is same. Here also I am taking as int I comma star res. This one is also same. I am going to read the memory location. Now how I am going to find it? How I am going to find it means here I am going to take some count, cnt count is equal to 0, for example. Here I am going to take every time ARR of I value, ARR of I value. I am going to compare here. This is ARR of I value. I am going to compare with all the remaining elements. All the remaining elements. All the elements, not remaining elements, all the elements. What is the count of 1? What is the count of 1? The count
2.
of 1 is going to be 2 here, right? If it is 2, if it is more than 1, I am not considering that one. Okay, if it is only 1, for example, I am going to consider for 2 here. I am going to check all the remaining elements in the list. All the remaining elements in the list. What is count of C? Count of 2? Count of 2 is 1. If count of 2 is 1, then only I am going to insert this into the result. That's it. Very simple. Similarly as the last program, right? The last program, similar. But here I am counting. Here I am counting the element how many times in the list. If it is only one time, I am going to insert into the result. If it is more than one, I am not inserting that one. Okay, clear everyone? What I am going to do?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now I am going to take here for every element. For every element, I am going to take the count as 0. Okay. That's why I am not taking here. For every element, similar to the last one. For example, I is equal to 0, I less than star size, I plus plus. Now I am going to write here CNT is equal to 0 for every element. For every element, we have to reset what is the count of the value. The count of value is equal to 1 only, nothing else. I am going to write again for I is equal to 0, I less than star size. Again I am writing the same thing, I plus plus. Not I, instead of I am going to write J here. Sorry. Again I am going to check with the same array values, right? That's why I am writing here like this. If ARR of I is equal to ARR of J, I am going to count count plus plus. For example, count plus plus. But here, instead of count plus plus, I am going to take here count is equal to 1 and break. There is no need to check what is the real count of that one. If the count is going to be, sorry,
Sir, count equals to 2.
count plus plus, okay, count plus plus.
Oh.
For the first time, it is going to be checking with that number only, right? For the first time. I am going to write here if count is equal to 2, that means it is more than 2 times, right? Then I am going to break it. There is no need to check is it third time, is it in fourth time. There is no need to check for the number of times. If the count is 2, I have to break it. That's it. Okay. Here I am going to make here if CNT is equal to 1 only, I am going to push the value in the result. Okay, I'm explain with an example. Just don't worry about that. I'm going to take here some element count is equal to 0 here. Then result of EC plus plus is equal to ARR of I. Where it is? Here I am. This is going to be for this one. This is going to be for this one. Okay, right. Here star size is equal to EC and return RES. What is the input values? Input is this one, right? 8 values. 2 and 5 is the output. 2 and 5 is the output. How I am going to explain how the result is going to be coming here. What is the result? What is the input? Input is this one. What is the first value? First value is 1. First value is 1. And the count becomes 0 here. For example, the count is, the 1 is here also. Just observe here. The count is here also 1. Something. Now I am going to comparison with again this one. Again this one. Again this is the input. For example, again this is the input. Now here it is going to be comparison with is 1 is equal to 1. Yes. Then count becomes 1. 0 becomes 1 here. Then again 1 is equal to 2. No, not at all. The count is not incremented. 1 is equal to 3. 1 is equal to 4. then 1 is equal to 1 again here. 1 is equal to 1. Then count becomes 2 here. Then if it is count is equal to 2, I am going to immediately break that one. Why? Because there is no need to check the remaining, the last one also. There is no need to check for the last. Why? Because it is more than 1, right? Which is more than 1. That's why I am going to break this one. If the count is 1, I am inserting here. Okay, that's why 1 is not inserted. Now it is going to be 2 here. Now it is going to be 2. I am going to comparison with 2 is equal to 1. No. Is 2 is equal to 2? Yes. Then count becomes 1 here. Okay. Then is 2 is equal to 3? Is 2 is equal to 4? Is 2 is equal to 1? Is 2 is equal to 5? Is 2 is equal to 4? Is 2 is equal to 4? Is going to 3? It is going to be 1. Yes, it is coming outside now. The count remains 1 only. The count remains 1 only. The count remains 1 only. That's why it is going to be inserted into this one. Inserted into this one. Okay, is it understand everyone what I am doing here? If the count, I am going to check every time, is the count of the number is 1, then only I am going to insert it. If it is 2, I am going to immediately stop the loop and I am not inserting that one also. And I am not inserting that one. Okay? Is it clear everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Note down the main function. Main function is very similar to the old one, previous one. We can write these two programs using realloc also. Why? Because here I am writing initially what is the size of the list. I am directly assigning that one. There is no need to write directly CLOC. In the here I am writing that every time I am going to allocate only one memory location for the first time. For every time I am going to reallocate it, right? In this way also we can do these two programs. Just practice in this way. What I teach you today, the two programs you have to work with on that dynamic prime program. That means every time we are going to allocate the memory location. Just note it down, the main function. Is it finished?
Yes, sir.
Just note down this one. Write down the last two lines also. If the count is equal to 1, we are going to insert it. Is it understand everyone? I am writing two lines in a single line. That's it, nothing else.
Over, sir.
Alright. I'm going to give some task here. The task from 8 to 10 numbers is there. One, 2, 5, 4, 7, 4, 23 and 1 and 2. For example, here, don't consider the first one. Okay, we have to calculate the numbers. Yes, this is 2, right? We have to check with all the left hand side numbers. This is going to be bigger than all the left hand side numbers, right? All the left hand side numbers of 2 are smaller than 2. Yes, is it right or wrong?
Yes, sir.
Yes, then we are going to print 2 here. Just observe 5 now. The left hand side numbers of 5 are 1 and 2. That means 5 is also bigger one. 5 is also bigger one. Then print 5 also. Then coming into 4. Is the 4 is bigger than all the numbers?
No.
No, right? Then ignore it. Then 7.
Yes, sir.
Yes, then we have to put 7 here. Then for example, if it is 5. Is the 5 is bigger than the left hand side numbers?
No.
No, then we ignore it. Then 23.
Yes, sir.
Yes, then we have to print 23. Is it 1?
No.
No, then for 2?
No, sir.
No. Then this is the final output of the program. Letters of the array. Program name is letters of the array. The left hand side numbers. The first one is, we are not include the first one. Why? Because there is no left hand side numbers for the first one, right? That's why we have to start it from this. And we have to calculate is the number is bigger than all the left hand side numbers. If it is bigger than all the left hand side numbers, then we have to print it. That's it. Is the question is clear, everyone? If you have any
Yes,
doubt, just
sir.
ask here. Anyone? If you have any doubt, just ask here. You have to do it. You have to do it. Here I am teaching hundreds of programs. There is no need. That is not helping to you. Okay, if you do only one program, that is enough. Just try this program, everyone. If you done with that program, just message me in the WhatsApp. Okay, in personally, not in the group.